Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your girl, Kalisha J, here in the factory, and I am so excited because I am joined by a prestigious Guinness World Book record holder. Of course, he has a title, but we're going to get into that a little bit later, y'all. Of course, we're talking about Nigeria's finest export, TJOB.
That's a good one. That's sexy. We'll record that so I can play it before my gigs, and then
You're going to give me some royalties, right?
10% only. Is that actually? Nah.
I know about the industry. Don't try to rip me off.
How you doing?
I'm great. No, you're very welcome. How are you?
I'm good. We're in London. It's cold though. I thought it was summertime.
No, but you should have brought that Lagos heat. Should have sent some over.
Can you guys? It's hot in Lagos. It's really hot, but we'll bring it in on stage on Saturday. I got that. Exactly. I got that heat.
Definitely. You are in London, of course, because you are one of the official DJs of One Africa Fest. How you feel about that?
Fantastic. It's finally in London. We've done the States, and I think they did New York and Houston, so they've done the States. It's time to bring it to London, because I feel this is where the Afrobeats really cracked. So this is where technically it should have started, but no problem. We're here now, so we're going to do it big.
Of course, we come full circle, basically.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of coming full circle, you have literally, touched down all around the world, and you're back in London, gracing London with your presence. How's it feel?
It's amazing. Because of DJing, I've been able to, like you said, touch a lot of cities in the world that I only dreamed about, and now because of the passion of the craft, I can go anywhere in the world. That's why DJ Obi's the global DJ. It's global DJ Obi, but it's amazing. I thank God every step of the way.
Of course. No, I'm glad that you are, still able to acknowledge God in your endeavors, and that you owe your success to him, because trust me, you must have been praying real hard to survive them 10 days of DJing,
God literally was the only reason. When people ask me, how did you do it? I'm really like, yo, Oluwa was fully involved, man. I prayed about it, fasted months before, really prayed, because if you know the risk behind what I did, it's literally life threatening. So there's no other way to explain it. It's not humanly possible.
No, I know that you were able to do 10 days, but how'd you get it through? Like, did you need to pee?
Yeah, I did. It was really only God, honestly. But I did have 1 hour after every 12 hours. But what the trick was, my body was messing with me. So the minute I'll come back to DJ, I need to pee.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. So like I'm doing my little two-step left and right dancing. People think I'm vibing to the music, but I'm really just trying to dance off the fact that I need to use the bathroom. And then when it gets to the point where I can't hold it no more, the crowd will literally have to excuse me to like a certain point, and I'll have to pee in a bottle. Yeah.
Wow. It just got real,
It really got real. That happened a few times, I really I kept a lot of water bottles around me just to be able to pee, and then there was a covered trash can, so I throw it in there, but it was covered. It wasn't messy or anything like that, and that was really how I got by with the pee situation.
Well, okay, I admire that, because quite frankly, I could not even envision having to go through that. But you accomplished something that is absolutely phenomenal. So I have to congratulate you on that. I have to congratulate you, because I'm sure many DJs around the world be like, man, I should have thought of that.
That's the thing. That's where God comes in play, because it was a divine idea, and that's really what I call it, because it was so it seemed, to DJs it seems so basic, because it's what we do. Like I'm sure he gets behind the decks, he can go for hours. So it was really just an extended practice session. And literally that's how I thought about it. That's how I was able to do it, because it was just like, this is what I do at home, but now I get to do it, but just longer, and keep going till I can't go no more, honestly speaking. So that was really what it was, man. Honestly, it was a divine idea.
Congratulations on that. Now, I know, as we've mentioned in your travels, you've been able to explore parts of the world that you said you can only dream of, and I think that is so fantastic, because it is so good that you are a positive representation of an African man. on the international stage? Because let's just look at your attire. Wait. If we had a style cam, yes. This is not Wendy Williams show, but we got the style cam. We got your Timbs, we got the great jeans, we got the fitted shirt. And the hat, you're looking like a poster boy for some fashion label, And I know that exactly. I know that you are, you're a brand ambassador for several companies. Tell us a little bit about that and what you have to do as an ambassador, what it means.
So I'm a friend of the brand for P-Sqaure, and I have to wear the watch, and obviously I can't wear the watch if I'm not looking the part. You know what I'm saying? So I have to represent for that brand. It's an international brand. I've also worked with the Lagos Design Fashion Week in Lagos, and obviously it's because I look the part. I can't. Truthfully, it's really a brand thing. Like, a lot of people have this stereotype, or they have this thing when it comes to DJs and DJing. Is that my phone? Yeah. Jesus was calling. It was actually
pick up though. If Jesus is calling, pick up.
Sorry, sir. Bless me later. No, I'm joking. I have a gospel playlist that plays every now and then. But yeah, it's a brand thing. Like, you have to represent your brand. DJ Obi is a brand. The global DJ Obi brand is, if I'm trying to, walk into a meeting and be bankable, I have to look a certain part. The stereotype people have towards DJs, everybody just sees you in a snapback and a t-shirt and sneakers. I do that when I want to be comfortable at a gig, and I know it's that kind of gig. I do that, but you also have to dress according to the occasion. You have to dress how you want to be addressed. And I want to be respected. I just don't want to be the next door DJ. I want to be an international brand. So fashion is a very, 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 and my dad was very stylish. His shoe game was on point, his suit game was on point. So I also have to represent for the family as well.
Now, speaking of family, what do your family think about your chosen profession? Because you're a Nigerian and Nigerian parents. It's either you're a banker, a lawyer, a doctor, something like, what do they really think? And obviously, I'm sure that they are very proud of your accomplishments.
At this point,
oh wow, you choked. You
okay? At this point, they are. It took a long while to get to this journey, but what really convinced them is the fact that I've been able to hold it down for this long. Like, at first it started, and everyone thought it was a phase. He's just going through a little thing. He'll get out of it. And then, it went from that to flipping, newspaper pages and seeing you on TV and billboards, and you're like, this guy is serious about this thing. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously, not being able to fend for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a doctor. If you're broke, they're gonna look at you like, what are you doing as a doctor? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can be broke as a doctor. I mean, it just means you didn't go to medical school. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, regardless of whatever you're doing, as long as the money makes sense and you understand the business of it and you can handle the business right, then you get the respect from your family. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what worked out for them. On the spiritual side, it's still a battle, because then it's like, you're a DJ, but then how's your relationship with God and all that? But I try to really, really balance that out as well. So I really try to make them proud. I try to keep my name out of, the tabloids and the scandals and all that, but I think so far I've been able to do a good job too. And then I technically I didn't fall far from the tree, because then my dad was in the media, he was on the radio, he was he really exposed me to this, and that's where the passion came from, so I mean, it wasn't like, when they heard about it, it wasn't like a shock, like, oh, where did this come from? It made sense from where the passion came from, but they just wanted to be sure that I can handle the attention and handle, all the vices and the perks that come with the DJ world.
Of course. Now, you mentioned your walk with God and the DJ world. And as we know, there's a lot of things that go on in the music industry. I mean, you get all kind of girls sliding in your DM, and
Banky, man. Banky, this thing you cost, man, for real, Doug. Like, congrats, bro. I haven't seen him yet, but congratulations. But bro, like, this sliding in DM thing, you know what though? If he has made it official now, he has made it okay to slide into the DMs, but the sliding is becoming too much, man.
It's way too much, because I tell you what, the other day, I kid you not, like 2 days ago, I got one message, like not even how are you doing, like how are you, I like your smile or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, you look buff.
Wow.
You look buff.
Man's not joking. Straight to the point, like, yo, check it, yeah. What you say? What's the digits?
Uncle Banky, do you see what you have caused for us?
Yeah, but with the vices that come with DJing, I'm not gonna say I'm clean, like I have a clean rap shit or anything like that, but I cannot deny God in my life. I was brought up that way, so I also know how to, separate myself sometimes. When I know I'm doing too much, I'm like, okay, calm down. For instance, I talk about how I stopped drinking because I realized that with drinking, it was leading to a lot of things, and I was going overboard with it because I didn't have a pause button. I would just go, and I was mixing everything. Like I'll take a shot of Henny before you know it, I'm with a glass of champagne before you know it, I'm drinking vodka and this, so I didn't like the hangover feeling, all that stuff. So I was like, you know what, I don't need this. So I cut it out, and that's one thing people should be able to do. You should be able to sit back and be real with yourself. Keep it 100. A lot of times I come across artists and DJs and singers or whoever, and sometimes I can tell, like, yo, you really don't want to do that because there's a lot of peer pressure.
Of course.
I'm like, you really don't want to do that. You don't have to. You can say no. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're it doesn't speak any less of you. So I'm strong emotionally as a person, so I'm able to, regardless of what everybody else is doing, decide to do my own thing. And that's why. Sometimes people call themselves, trendsetters and shot callers. You can't be a trendsetter. You can't call the shots if you're not, if you can't take care of yourself, if you can't keep it 100 with yourself, So that's really how I'm able to control that. With the women, I just control it. Honestly speaking, I don't do what's not familiar to me.
So let me not go into that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I don't get groupie love or whatever it is, but I just take that as like flattering,
Yeah, of course.
and I keep it there. I just keep it there. I don't, entertain it or not that I have not before, but it stopped. Well, I'm not gonna lie and be,
No, of course not.
So it's a work in progress. I didn't start out like this. I was able to build myself up to this point. You know what I'm saying? And God has a lot to do with that. Truthfully, some people, look at me like, guy, a DJ, but you talk about God too much, or I'm like, guy, that's the reason why we're alive, man. Like, I'm not alive because I'm a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be real. It's so important. You have to be real with yourself. You have to keep it real, and keeping it 100 is acknowledging the person that brought you to life.
Of course, definitely.
People die every day, and some of them are not sick. Some of them are not, they have nothing, they just don't wake up. You know what I'm saying? So you have to wake up every day, and thank God. Sometimes when I travel, and I always do this, I take a moment to look around like, guy, do you see where you are right now? You know what I'm saying? And you can only, thank God, you cannot be like, man, I've hustled hard, or, I've grinded so hard, or, guy, look at me. No, you, like, literally, sometimes you have to be like, thank you, God, because if it was on my own, I probably can't even afford this trip. But because of what the talent you've given me and where you've taken me in life, I can do this. I remember last summer I went to Lake Como. I was looking around like, guy, yeah, in Lake Como. Yeah, here to DJ. Like, do you know? And all I did was, in my room, I was just playing gospel music. Like, guy, I don't even want to hear the jams that I'm supposed to play right now. Let me hear so, because the scenery, just is breathtaking. And all you can do is, God is great, And then I went to the Amalfi Coast.
Okay, wow.
Up in the mountains, and I'm looking like, wow, people live, people live like this, and it beautiful in the morning, nice weather, fresh fruits, juice. Oh my God, they're great.
Wow.
Honestly speaking, like, I'm waking up to the clouds by my window.
That's phenomenal, and like I said, it's amazing when what you've thought of or imagined for yourself is right in front of you.
Literally,
I think that's amazing.
Sometimes we think things and we speak them into existence, but we don't understand that words are powerful. God is listening, and if you want that, you're gonna get it. So sometimes you need to be careful what you say, So I just try to keep positive vibes around me always, really just keep it positive around me, think positive so that I can gain that, in just keep it real, honestly speaking, man.
Now, speaking of keeping it real, Mr. DJ OB, OB, the worldwide ambassador, brand ambassador, and everything that you have going on. We've recently seen a rise in the amount of exposure that Afrobeat or African artists are getting, and from the West. It's almost like they've kind of finally realized that the music is popping, and it is phenomenal, and it is just so diverse. Well, tell me your honest thoughts on that.
We have to be careful. We have to be really careful. We have to make sure that we own our sound, because it's getting a lot of exposure right now. It's so crazy. The other day I was watching Burna Boy's footage from his show in New York, and I'm looking like, man, this is one of my guys. Like, I'm proud of him, And Swiss Beats is like, we're talking about Swiss Beats, bro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Burna, shout out to you, man. Like, literally, we're talking about like Rough Riders, Swiss Beats, DMX, Eve. Like, this is the Swiss Beats. Chilling with Burna, like, introduce Burna on stage, bro. That's heavy. That's epic, So it's just the attention is a lot right now, and it's good. But we need to be careful, because dancehall reggae was once the thing. Like, it was, if you didn't have a dancehall set, a reggae set, you were not a complete DJ. Even if you were a hip hop DJ, even if you were an like, dancehall at one point was everything. Everybody wanted a piece of the beef patty. You know what I'm saying? So now they want a spoonful of our jollof rice, which is not bad. It tastes good, but it's ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to own it, and we have to keep it. Because it can very, very easily just slip away. I'm open to everybody, out there in the States or out here or anywhere in the world trying our sound. It means that we're doing something right. It's about time anyways, you know what I'm saying? But let's not lose track, man. Let's stay focused. Like, let's make sure that our producers are getting their credit. Let's make sure our artists are getting their credit. Our videographers are getting their, because literally everybody's getting plugged in right now. I was chatting with SARS the other day. If you saw his Insta story, he's chilling with Skrillex. That is proper, like, drum and bass, jungle, like, dubstep sound, vibing to Afrobeats. That's madness. You know what I'm saying? Skrillex is one of the biggest DJs in the world, and he's feeling our sound. So through SARS. So it's a thing where everybody, Patrick Ellis is doing stuff for Akon now. Like, literally everybody, the very soon you find out photographers are doing everybody's plugging in. So everybody needs to own their space and make sure that they remember it's African, it's from Africa, it's Africa first, you know what I'm saying? Because it can come and go.
Well, exactly. And I completely agree with you. However, I saw a clip the other day, right? On a website, and it's also on factory78.com. We check it out. You got to check it out. Where DJ Academics, he was talking about Afrobeats being like some people's version of Afrobeats being like watered down, and the need for us to keep that authenticity. And that those those things that are unique to real Afrobeats, like that, that drums, exactly, that syncopated rhythm, those talking drums, those things, those elements that are uniquely Afrobeats. And he was saying, Wale, like, he was comparing it to like comparing Wale's songs to another artist's songs on, Drake's songs, let's just put it out there. Okay, wow. Our producer was just like, you know what, just say Drake. Exactly. It's literally comparing it to Drake's song. And I think people only started being like, oh my God, who's this Wiz kid? I'm talking about in the West, when he was with Drake, but in Africa, he was like, he's a golden child.
You know what it is, though? You know what it is? Truthfully, and like, I love Wale's vibe. I love, but I feel like he should have done more for Afrobeats. He didn't have to wait for a Drake to put Wizkid on, but that shows that maybe he didn't believe enough in it, you know, because truthfully, with in the States, I'm sure now everybody's claiming their Nigerian roots, but in the States, I went to school in the States. I was born in the States. I went to college in the States. So I've come across people that have been like, oh no, I'm American, but my dad is Nigerian, or my mom is Ghanaian, and my dad is, but me, I'm American. I bet you now everybody wants to be African, because guess what? When reggae was popping, actually, I wanted to be Jamaican. So I know how many other people like, no, have a Trini side, or have a Jamaican side, or St. Lucia, or whatever it is. So I also know that there's a pride thing attached to it. Do you know what I'm saying? So Wale had come to Lagos. He's seen everything. Go in the studio with, you know, Ricardo Banks, Olamide, all those guys, you know. But I feel like then he should have championed it, like coming to Nigeria, taking it back there to be like, I know that's what Akon did from day one.
That's true.
Akon came out like, I'm this black because I'm African. Exactly. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not this black because I'm from Jersey. No, I'm this black because I'm African from Senegal. Akon, I remember Mama Africa. Of course. He went back. He showed his culture. Wale needs to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done a lot so far. All well and good. I'm not shutting him down, but like, it didn't have to take a Drake. Wale could have championed that ship easily. You know what I'm saying? And there are other Nigerians in the entertainment industry, not necessarily like in front stage like Wale or Akon, but like in the industry that should also be proud. Like, yes, we have everybody has their flaws. Of course. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have our fraudulent sides. We have our whatever side to it. But certain things should make you proud to be Nigerian. So you take that and push it out. You know what I'm saying? So that you can show the rest of the world that, yes, as much as we have all these things going on, our government is corrupt, we do this. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I did the world record as well, because it shows you a different side to what Nigeria is. You know, there was a guy that, because later on I was watching footage and I ran into this guy that apparently was in Nigeria at the time, Nas Daily or something like that. He's like a blogger, YouTube blogger or something like that. And he happened to be around, and that made me feel proud that I was able to get his attention, because it ended up being on his video blog post, and it was like he has a lot of subscribers, and it just showed Nigeria in a different light, you know. So with the whole Drake and Wale thing, it's fine, but Wale just needs to step up right now and be like, nah, guess what, guys? My name is Wale because it's, you know, and truthfully, he has always done that as well. If you remember one song called My Sweetie, he did back in the day, talked about, you know, oh, I'm bad, jollof fries, how we party, how, and that was a dope track, you know. But I feel like like now the track he has on his album, I think it was Olamide and Wizkid or something like that. Exactly. He needs to shoot a video for that. Come and do what French Montana did in Uganda. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy. That was actually really, really crazy.
Guess what? Now French is now coming out to talk about how African he is. You know what I'm saying? So we got next. We're next. It's not a gimmick. It's not a gist thing. Like, it's us. We are there. So everybody needs to, that's what I'm saying. Everybody needs to own their space. Like, don't let it, because guess what? Omarion shot a video in SA. Bro, come on. Like we can keep going. We need to own our space, because guess what? They know how to do it. Yankee Sabi package. Package past anybody. Before you know it now, Beyonce will be on. Look, we can keep going. You saw the Sierra video, the dance. Fam. Like, we can keep going. We can keep going. So guess what? Everybody step up to the plate. Enough for the gimmicks. Enough for the bands in the studio where you're coming out. Somebody will fart and be like, you know what? Let's use that sound for. No, guy. Show your real talent. Use real lyrics. Give credit to who credit is due. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Own your space. Simple, man.
But you know what? I agree with what you're saying. But let me ask you this, though. How are Nigerian artists going to be able to, like, own their space and, you know, have their music royalties in check when there is no actual, and I'm being honest, there's no actual music structure? Because, okay, let's look at it systematically, right? Okay. In Nigeria, you don't necessarily have a music industry per se, like an actual structure, like a governing board. You know, obviously I know that there's a part of the government that monitors videos and bans people from having their videos. But but there's nothing that is in place that is ensuring that artists get their royalties, that that people that write on songs are rightfully credited, things like that. There's no governing body that you can report fraud to in terms of your music being stolen. Because look, let's be honest, in the UK we have PRS. You can sign up to there's so many different like musicians union, which I'm part of both, so I know these things, and you can protect your music. But how are artists gonna be able to do that? Because when you get a call from the Drakes or the Timberlands, and you'll be thinking, look, I might as well give them maybe most of my points, my songwriting credits, just to get a cut of that, you know what I mean, of that pie. Because a lot of people think, look, maybe 20% of something is better than 100% of nothing. You know what I mean? So what are you proposing that they do?
First of all, that problem is deeply rooted in Nigeria. Like, when I mean deeply rooted, before our time. Like, sometimes I come across some artists that were so hot back in the day. And when I mean back in the day, like early 90s, late 90s, I'm just like, damn, this guy could be balling right now if the structure was right. I know there's P-Man and NBC and all those other people, but structure in Nigeria is a huge problem for any industry, honestly. It just comes down to honesty. Like, it's deeply rooted. Come 2019, I think everybody needs to make it change. We need younger government officials in Nigeria. We need people like us. I want someone that looks like me and you to so that he can understand me. Because then sometimes, no disrespect to the Egbons and everybody that's been doing it, but sometimes they don't get it. They don't. It's like Will Smith said, parents don't understand, and that's the truth. Like, because our times are different, things have changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So they and if they don't get it, they're not gonna understand why Wizkid is the hardest right now, because they're looking at you like, guy, I they sing before you. You get, so what are you singing exactly? Yeah. So to them, pay me royalties. Come and dobale in front of it. It's true. And sometimes all that ego stroking doesn't need. There's no need for that. Like, guy, your time has come and gone. It wasn't. There wasn't any structure then, but doesn't mean that you can't help out now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I know. Shout out to LD for what he's doing with Play Data. He's really trying. He's really trying to solve that situation. And if he solves it, he's gonna be a very rich man. But But
Uncle LD, share the money.
Shout out to you, bro. I'm here. But we're gonna try. I don't know. I don't know how to begin to tackle that. Like, and that's why. But then I think that's where the collaboration will help out with the West. You guys bring your structure. Let's figure out how we can make it work in Nigeria for Nigerians. Even though, yes, it's a business, they're gonna try and benefit them, but let it benefit us to some extent to help us get royalties. Help these artists get what they're making. I mean, but also bump all that. It's 2017. There's digital marketing. There's iTunes, there's Spotify. You can count your numbers yourself. You can see your money yourself. You know what I'm saying? YouTube will let you know, guy, you have 10 million views. This is your check. You know what I'm saying? This is how you get the breakdowns yourself. So, truthfully, we never had that structure, but now we can actually leap over that process and be like, what, let's face, technology has changed everything. Let's face this route. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. It will make sense because there's still some homegrown artists that are suffering, that they're working so hard to put out music, shoot videos. They spend all this money. They don't get booked for shows, so they're not making any money. It's not that their music is not being played on the radio. It's not that their music is not being used for ads and commercials. But you really can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because then what people tell you, that guy is promo for you. Well, that promo, people need to stop throwing that word around. It doesn't have any dollar signs attached to it. You cannot pay for promo. I can't pay you guys for what. I don't know how many people are going to be watching this right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't cut a check the same way you guys can't cut a check for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So forget promo. Promo it comes with the game. Cut a check. Simple. I don't shade anybody, but like, stop throwing that promo word around, because people call you. They want to book you for this, want to book you for that, but then, oh, guy, I'm giving you promo. It's like, bro, promo doesn't put food on the table. There are artists, there are DJs that are married men, that have kids, that have school fees to pay. And I'm telling them, I'll take you to Nebraska and there is a show overseas. No, guy, overseas no they hungry anybody like that again. That like it doesn't, you know. So people need to start paying up and come to check. One thing in the entertainment industry in Nigeria is that the people that can afford to don't want to spend the money to progress the industry.
Why is that, do you think?
They don't see the value. They're waiting for a Drake or a Wale to come and show them the value. Meanwhile, the thing has been under your nose the whole time. Do you get what I'm saying? We always, in Nigeria, or I don't know if it happens anywhere else in Africa, but we always have to break out. So that's why you find out a lot of guys just fade from Nigeria. They go to Yankee, they come out here, they're trying to book shows and do all the promo stuff here to make it seem like they're so important and international and global. So that when you go home, it's like, God, I've done this. So pay me my value. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be like that. We don't have to go outside to crack it and come back inside and then you are now rolling the red carpet. You saw me when I was on the come up. You knew my talent. You saw me and said, hey, you get potential, you know. But then they're the same people that will call you, book you for something, but then will take as much money as you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? That thing is so rampant in Nigeria where you get booked for a show, you're charging 300K. Somebody has gone to collect 600K on top of your head. They will give you a 300 quite all right, but then they're pocketing another 300. That's not right. It's not fair. So you see, that's why the structure is not going to work. Because there's too many payouts, payback, kickbacks, all that. It's like, we're never going to get anywhere. We're never going to get anywhere if we keep doing that. Everybody wants their 10%. Things are hard in Nigeria, I agree. But, guy, like, at some point, there has to be progress. So that's why we need younger people that will actually get the work done, even if there's a kickback. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the job done, let it be done properly, and then whatever business you handle in the back, you handle it. But until that, man, and then all that royalty, like, it's deeply rooted. Trust me, like it's not a 1 day conversation. It's not a 1 year conversation. Honestly,
not even a year. Well, you know what? It sounds like you're deeply, should I say, passionate about the future of not only the music industry but of Nigeria itself. Maybe you should run for government one day.
No, I would never do politics.
No, why not?
I can support. I can help campaign or support or whatever, but I would not be a front runner. I just won't. You know, because it will be too like when I'm passionate about something, it's too strong. Like it can get messy, and politics is really messy. You know, but it's a no-brainer for everybody in Nigeria right now. With everything we're going through, it's evident that we need young blood in the governance of, like, we need young people to step in. Like, it's enough sitting about talking about, oh, my dad is this, my dad is. It's about time you're the minister, you're the governor, you're the official. Do it, make the city proud, make the country proud. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that is coming in a few years, so we look forward to, to those possible changes that will be for the embetterment of Nigeria as as a nation, and for just for the progression of Africa as a continent. So as we round up, Mr. DJ OB, how can people find out more information about you and follow you?
I'm on social media: Instagram, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, at DJ OB AJENT. And the website is officialdjob.com or globaldjob.com. One of them, I can't remember actually. But if you Google DJOB, a lot comes up. But definitely social media at DJOB AJENT on all social media: Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Amazing. I look forward to seeing you kill it on One Africa Fest. So you do that.
Represent for the content.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.